Hello everybody and welcome to a new video. Today I'm going to talk about Intents and I'm going to tell you everything you need to know about Intents Festival. So from the timetable to the stages, to the facilities, food, drinks, festival, campsite, everything. I'll leave a packing list down below, by the way. I already have a general festival guide. I'll link that down below as well. So have a look there if you want to. I also post my discount codes there for festival supplies, student onesie, Grim. Like I have a bunch of stuff that's going on that's very handy for festivals. So everything will be linked down below. So I've been to Intents Festival a few times. I think this is going to be my 6th time and my 4th weekend, if I'm saying that right. I absolutely love the festival. It is very well done. The stages are always beautiful. So let's talk about everything you need to know. So first, let's talk about the opening and closing times of the festival. So the campsite, or Intentscity as it's called, opens Friday at 9 in the morning. It closes Monday at 12 in the morning. There are certain check-in times though. You can check in throughout the whole night, for example. I'll leave those here so you can read them. They're also on the website and of course in the app. So Intents used to be Saturday and Sunday with a campsite, and then the Friday would just be for people that were staying at Intentscity. This time it's a full day, so we have 3 full days of festivals. Friday starts at 2 and is till 12:30. Saturday starts at 11 and is till 12. And Sunday from 1 till 11. For both the campsite and the festival, there's different parkings. There's also shuttle buses. I'll leave that info here as well so you can read what address you need to get. So let's talk about the stages. On Friday there are 5 stages. On Saturday there are 8 stages plus a campsite stage, which is always really fun. And on Sunday there are actually 9 stages this year. We have a big variety of hardstyle, but there's also a house stage on Sunday and more stuff going on. I'll leave the timetable right here, Friday first, Saturday, and then Sunday. You can pause them on the day you want to. I'll also leave a link in the description where you can find them. There is an app in which you can make the timetable and also find all this info. I must say I like the app, but the timetable is vertical, so it's per stage and you can't really see what artists are playing together. I usually use Epic to make my timetable. So I just download Epic, I look for the festival that I want to go to, I click the timetable and just click all the artists and stuff that I want to see. It works perfectly for me. And then you just get a notification when the artist is almost starting playing. So let's talk about some of the special sets that are happening this year at Intents. So on Friday, the main stage is hosted by Dirty Works. We have an opening ceremony. Really excited to see that. I'm expecting a big show. Koen is also doing a 15 years of Dirty Works set. I would also recommend checking out Spit Noise because next week, like the week after Intents, is Harmony of Hardcore and he's doing the anthem for that. So yeah, I'm excited to hear some of his stuff. Rebellion is also playing on the main stage, which I think is going to be very exciting. Also Vasto and Skara are playing together and they have a new act. So I think we're going to see some new music there too. So on Saturday we of course have the Delete tribute set on the main stage. I want to say can't wait, but yeah, I'm really curious to see what that's going to be like. Of course, on Saturday we also have the end show on the main stage, which is always really good at Intents. So I suggest you check it out. Like, I want to say last year, but it's 2019. The stage was just so gorgeous and big, and then that massive show was like really, really crazy. So on Saturday, the indoor main stage hosting is by Active Rage, and the hardcore hosting is actually by Party Razor. He's also doing, he's doing some really cool sets. Wait, let me look that up. So Party Razor is doing a grand opening. He's also doing an early up-tempo set, playing versus Destructive Tendencies, playing versus Bulletproof, of course, a Scarface live set, and versus Dr. Peacock, and versus Dimitri K and Major Conspiracy, and versus the Dark Horror and Spit Noise. So those are going to be some insane sets. I would really check some of those out if I were you. And also, like, Gunter is playing with a tampon. It's really fucking annoying. Hi. Oh. On the Saturday there are quite a few versus sets, also quite a few live sets. I do always like live sets. It's just a little bit more special than a normal set. We hear more edits, crazy new stuff, so I'm excited to see some of those. Krypton is actually doing an album showcase, so that's interesting to check out as well. As I said, there's an Intentscity stage, so a campsite stage on Saturday. I always love that. I love the campsite stuff, right? The vibe is just really good. So if you do have campsite tickets, I would suggest you check that out as well. So this year is also the first time we have an up-tempo stage at Intent. So yeah, I'm really excited to see that. let's talk about the Sunday. So on the main stage we have the gang, which is Ruler and Sigmod. I fucking love them together. I expect it to be really busy, but also like a really cool show and loads of fun. Of course, on Sunday there's an end show as well. It's always really cool on Sunday, really emotional, like we're all tired and dying inside. And then an emotional end show is always fun. The Sunday hardcore hosting is by Sefa. He's doing 3 sets, a normal set, a Levis lighter set, and he's actually closing his stage with Noisekick, who actually quit, so he's coming back for this set, and they're doing a terror set together. Also on top of that, Dr. Peacock is also doing a early set that day, and Villain and Deviate are getting together to do a, what was it called? The Legacy, a new act. So yeah, really curious about that. So let's talk about all the facilities on the festival grounds. In my experience, there's always a lot of facilities and good stuff at Intense. Not only is there a ton of stuff to do next to the stages. I remember, I think there was at Intense that I got a massage on Sunday like 3 years ago. It was really nice. But there's always enough bathrooms. There's always enough water, like free fountains where you can fill your cup, wash your hands, whatever. There's always a ton of good food. I love it when they do that. You can order your locker like now before the festival, but I've never had any trouble with lockers at Intense before. There's always enough of them. But if you want to be sure of a locker, you can already order one, like buy one now, and then you can just use the code when you get there. It's really easy and you don't have to get in queue for that. Of course, there's also a merchandise stand. There is charging points for your phone. I'm assuming there's also going to be SPF points where you can like rub sunscreen on you. Didn't read anything about that, but if it's hot, they usually make sure that those are there. You're not allowed to smoke inside the tents, so please don't. It's actually kind of annoying when people do that. So, of course, there's also multiple first aid points, and Unity will be there to educate about drugs and alcohol and stuff like that. So, of course, one thing that's very important is to protect your ears. You can get hearing damage from 80 decibels. Festivals in the Netherlands are allowed to go up to 103. I know people are like, oh, I've never heard my ears before. It's always going fine. Yeah, until it happens and you go deaf or you have a beep in your ear for the rest of your life. I'll link to my series about hearing damage at festivals and stuff. I did a whole series about it if you want to check it out. I'll also link to some hearing protection information. You can get hearing protection from Festival Supply, by the way, with my code Elena. That's 20% off. But there's a lot of different options. I actually have hearing protection that is custom made because I go to festivals so often. But yeah, make sure to protect your ears. I'm assuming you can also buy hearing protection there. Talking about Festival Supply, they have a lot of handy stuff like the party dop to close your water bottles. You don't get caps. The CoinKeepr, there's lots of stuff like that. So check them out down below. Also, Intense is very well known for taking care of the environment. They also work with an eco token like a lot of festivals do now. That means you get a little token when you enter the festival, and when you get a drink, you give the token, and you pay for your drink. So token, pay for your drink, you get your drink, and then when you bring your cup back, you get the token back. If you don't have a token or a cup to bring back, that means your next drink will be more expensive. This ensures that the festival grounds will stay pretty clean, and honestly, I'm loving it. It's so annoying when there's so much plastic on the floor, and it's so much better for the environment. So let's talk about Intense City, the campsite. I love it there. I've been there, I think this is going to be my 4th time, as I said, and it's always such good vibes there. It looks amazing. It is big, but it's not like massive. It's very doable to walk everywhere to your showers. There's usually obviously, I don't know how it's going to look now, but last time I was there were like 2 places to shower, multiple toilets, multiple points to eat and drink. So that's all very well done. There's also a supermarket, a restaurant district, of course, there's set showers and toilets, but you can also barbecue. There's like a special area where you can barbecue. You can like use a big barbecue. There's someone doing it for you, or you can bring or get a small barbecue to do it yourself. It is a designated area to do that, and I think you can do it at the Friends camps as well. I'm not entirely sure about that. There's a few different ways you can camp at Intense. Of course, you can bring your own tent and all your stuff, and you don't really get to pick a place. Like, they lead you to the next free available place when you get there. Works pretty well, I think. But there's some accommodations you can book. I think they're mostly booked by now, but I'm not sure. So you can check that on the website, but I'm just gonna read through them so you know what all the options are. Of course, you have the Friendship District, or Friends Camp as we usually call it. That's just like a big spot on the campsite that you can name it, and then you can be there with a bunch of friends. It's always really fun. We also have the Intense Festival tent. It's like an intense tent that's already there. Of course, we have FestiTent. I'm collaborating with them at the Intense Festival. I've collaborated with them at Rebirth as well. FestiTent is really nice in my experience. Your tent is already there. There's 24-hour on-site somebody there if anything happens. You don't have to bring a air mattress, a lamp, what's it called? Sleeping bag, and a sleeping bag. Like, everything is already there. It makes camping so much easier, honestly. You also have the festival campers, which is basically a small camper for, I think it's for 2 to 4 persons. Yeah, 2 to 4 persons. The FestiP, which is basically a Festi tent, but in a teepee shape. Something that's really cool is the Greenside Camping. It's a new thing. Basically, it's a spot where there's certain quiet hours, and also it's supposed to be like cleaner. The silence, I'm reading it now. The silence is between 1 during the night and 8 in the morning. You have to make sure your spot is clean when you leave on Monday. And it's free to like get a spot, make a reservation. So if you're interested in like having a good night's sleep, I would really, really recommend that. Honestly, if I didn't work with FestiTent, I would totally go for this. Don't get me wrong, I love the campsite. I love partying. I love all that stuff. But it would be so nice to just go to a different spot at the campsite with my friends and then go to my tent where I can like sleep in peace. So yeah, I think it's really, really cool that they're doing that. So there's a lot to do at the campsite. For example, there is a cinema. There are like workouts things. There's a lot going on. I suggest you check them out. They're all in the app too, so you can just see what's interesting to you. What I usually just do is on Friday, I just like walk around, have a look at all the activities and everything that's on the campsite. It's also really fun because you run into people. So yeah, definitely have a look around at the campsite if you want to. I think Bfront is also doing a coffee club again. So yeah, exciting stuff. So there's also an after party at the campsite. A ticket is €6. It's a silent disco. I'm not sure how much I agree with the fact that you have to pay for that. It used to be free. And I think it should be something that comes with the campsite, but it is what it is. They also have a pool like nearby Intense, and you can swim there for like €10, and they have DJs there and stuff. That's really fucking cool. Don't think I'm going to do it, but I might. Like if it gets really hot again, that's really cool. Also, one more campsite tip. There's a Onesie parade as every year on Saturday. I think it's at 1:30. But I'll link the Facebook event below. I actually have a promo code for student onesie, so if you don't have a onesie yet, order one. I think it's code Alena10, but I'll leave it down below. And yeah, it's always really fun. All these people in onesies running around the campsite always looks really cool. So what should you bring to the campsite? I'll leave a packing list down below, and as I said, I do have a general festival guide with all that info. Link down below too. But make sure to bring your own drinks and food. There is a food district, there is a supermarket, but it's just way more expensive to buy everything there. I definitely do buy food and stuff there, but it's just really nice to have some fucking breakfast with you, especially water. Just bring big bottles of water. It should also say on the website what alcohol and stuff you're allowed to bring. I'll leave a link down below too. It differs a bit per festival. It's usually a certain limit amount and no glass, obviously. So the weather is supposed to be 24 degrees for the whole weekend, which is perfect festival weather. Like last time, I think it was 30 degrees at Intense, and it was just unbearable. They did a lot to make it as comfortable for the visitors as possible, but make sure you dress for the weather. Make sure you bring SPF. In the Netherlands, it can rain like that, it can cool down like that, so make sure you bring a nice sweater, some dry clothes. Again, packing list down below. I think that's all my tips and tricks for Intense Festival. When you pack, don't bring too much. You have to bring enough, but don't bring too much. Like, you have to bring all that stuff to the campsite. Like, you have to walk a while, right? I'm not sure how far it is. but it's usually like 5 to 10 minutes, maybe longer walk. Usually it's nice to have a cart. I just put everything in one big suitcase, but I obviously don't have to bring a tent because I stay in a Vesti tent. So I just dump everything in one big suitcase so I can just roll it. But yeah, make sure it's easy to carry and easy to bring with you. Also, if there's still anything you need to buy, again, check out the links in my bio because I do have some discount codes for festival related stuff. Last thing I can say, just enjoy yourself whatever happens. Make sure to take care of yourself and take care of others. If anything goes wrong, just go to first aid. Drink enough water. Try to eat enough food. I know not everybody is keen on eating at festivals, but especially if it's a whole weekend and if you're there multiple days and it gets hot, make sure to eat well in the moments you can. Anyway, I am so excited to see you all at Intense Festival. As I said, 3 vlogs coming because I'm there the whole weekend, including campsite. Really excited. Also a lot of TikTok content coming, so follow me there. I hope this was a little bit useful. Sorry if it was very long, but there's a lot of information. I'll link everything down below again. And if I missed anything or if you have any tips or tricks or questions, leave them in the comments. And I'll see you guys in a few days at Intense Festival. Bye! Like and subscribe.